Dividend ETFs are probably one of the easiest ways to build massive wealth and generate passive income without having to lift a finger through dividend payments. So you probably clicked on this video and saw $100 a day. And you probably thought to yourself, hey, it sounds like an amount that sounds reasonable. And well, it is, through time and patience and the sweet power of dividend ETFs. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to make $100 per day as fast as possible with dividend income only and not the gains from your dividend investing portfolio from some of my favorite personal dividend ETFs that I either invest in or personally think are going to be amazing investments for the long term, like SCHD, VYM, DGRO, and JEPQ. I'll even personally show you how I achieved a higher dividend yield from buying SCHD, and my buying strategy I use to not only make more money in the long run, but also get more bang for my buck in terms of dividends to achieve a $100 per day in passive income faster. I'll also be personally shouting out other honorable mention dividend ETFs that not only have a super high dividend yield, but also high returns so you get the best of both worlds of both passive income and capital appreciation. Now without further ado, let's get started. Now you could buy a regular S&P 500 index fund like VYM by Vanguard, which obviously has excellent returns, but it also has a super low dividend yield. It's actually pretty okay at around 1.3%. So how to reach $100 per day in VYM is by having $2,825,000 already invested into it. Now how long it takes to get to this point of investing, it depends on two things. One, the rate of return of the fund you're investing in, and two, the amount of contributions that you're putting into the fund. If you invested $250 a month in VYM, it will take you 38 years to achieve $100 per day in dividends, up that amount to investing $500 a month, and it will take you 32 years to get to this point. And for you high rollers, by investing $1,000 a month, it will take you just 28 years to achieve $100 per day in dividend passive income. Now 28 to 38 years might seem like a long time, and well, it is, but with dividend ETFs, what makes them amazing is that their dividend yield is literally 2 to 7 times more than any regular S&P 500 index fund or any regular ETF or mutual fund, which means that you can literally fast track your journey to earning $100 per day in passive income easily. Starting with my favorite long-term dividend ETFs that I love, it's going to be Charles Schwab's SCHD, Vanguard's VYM, and iShares DGRO. These are dividend growth investing ETFs that continue to grow their dividend payments over time and provide higher returns. These dividend ETFs have anywhere from a 2.3% dividend yield, like with DGRO, a 2.9% dividend yield with VYM, all the way up to over 3.3% annual dividend yield with Charles Schwab's SCHD. What makes these dividend ETFs amazing is that they are reliable, have a long-term track history of amazing performance, and have high-quality stocks and companies inside the ETF that continue to work for you as the investor by generating more profits every year, which get returned back to you as the shareholder in the form of higher dividend payments, all while you sleep. Out of these 3 dividend ETFs, I'm going to be using Charles Schwab's SCHD for example purposes, but don't you worry, both the DGRO and VYM are excellent dividend ETFs. With SCHD's dividend yield of around 3.3%, instead of having nearly $3 million and waiting almost 40 years to achieve this goal, with SCHD you only need $1.12 million. So if you invested $250 a month into SCHD, it will take you just 33 years to achieve $100 a day in dividends from SCHD. Up that amount to about $500 a month in SCHD, and it will take you just 27 years. And then for you high rollers, $1,000 a month in SCHD will take you just 22 years, and you could get to this $100 a day in passive income faster over time because both SCHD, DGRO, and VYM's dividend payments will start compounding and growing over time because these are dividend growth ETFs. Now I know you're expecting some sort of hack to get $100 a day in passive income from dividend ETFs, but honestly it's going to take time and patience and just trust in the process of long-term investing. However, I have a tip for you guys, and that's combining 1 or 2 of the quarterly paying dividend ETFs like SCHD, DGRO, or VYM with a monthly paying dividend ETF like JP Morgan's JEPQ, or having just JEPQ alone. Now JEPQ is a monthly paying dividend ETF, so instead of waiting around for the quarterly payments from the other ETFs I talked about, on a 3-month basis. With JEPQ, you're getting it every single month. JEPQ's dividend yield is a whopping 9%, which is absolutely insane, and you can really skyrocket your dividend income faster with JEPQ. With a monthly dividend ETF like JEPQ, you only need to have $400,000 to achieve $100 per day in dividends, which sounds way more attainable than having multiple millions of dollars. If we invested $250 a month into JEPQ, it would take us 29 years to achieve $100 a day in passive income. Up that amount to $500, and you're looking at just 21 years, and investing $1,000 a month will get you to that $100 per day goal in just 16 years. Now, some of my tips to make $100 a day faster is to 1, always reinvest your dividend payments to compound your portfolio and really take advantage of that snowball effect, and 2, guys, is to buy the dip. Now, the reason why you want to be buying on red days or just in general is because when you buy the dip, legit your dividend yield goes up. Since the formula for dividend yield is going to be dividends per share, or DPS, divided by share price, and if the denominator of the fraction goes down because of a pullback in shares, and since we know that these are going to be high quality dividend ETFs where the dividends per share rises over time, then the dividend yield goes up on those red days. I legit did this with SCHD to get nearly a 4% dividend yield where I was buying the dip under $70 per share and looking at seeking alpha data. What happened when SCHD pulled back in June and September and October of 2022? The dividend yield shot up, and I was scooping up shares at not only a discount, I'm up a good amount of money by now because of the return back to $80 a share lately, but I got more bang for my buck in terms of dividend value. I also bought some SCHD and other dividend ETFs and other great index funds during the pullback in October of 2023, and look, SCHD literally shot up again, and so did the dividend yield, both in price of capital appreciation and passive income. So subscribe to my channel if you legit learn something new. Lastly, we live in America, or at least I do, and nothing is literally free. There are going to be taxes implied on dividends from dividend ETFs. You want to make sure your dividends are qualified dividends, which means that they are dividends that must come from US corporations, and you must hold them for more than 60 days, which allows these dividends to be taxed at a long-term capital rate. And for you, this can be nothing in taxes if you make less than $45,000 per year if you're single, and under $89,000 per year if you're married and filing jointly. And if you're above this income, the taxes go to 15% and 20% respectively. Furthermore, if your taxes count as ordinary income, then of course the taxes are going to be higher than this. All out of the way, here are going to be some honorable mentions of some great dividend ETFs that can legit make you $100 per day reliably, safely, and probably faster than the ones I talked about above. So we're going to be starting out with number 1 of VYG by Vanguard. Super good dividend ETF with more of an emphasis on returns, and it might have a lower starting dividend yield, but in the name it's going to be called dividend appreciation. So over time these dividends will grow. Number 2, we got DGRW, a great monthly paying dividend growth ETF with excellent returns and a great dividend yield. Coming in at number 3, we have HDV by iShares, which has a super high dividend yield of nearly 4%. And of course, good returns. And coming out at number 4, we have JEPI, which is JEPQ's older sister, a monthly paying dividend premium ETF for you growth income chasers. Now, to conclude all of this, yes, generating $100 per day in passive income is possible, but yes, of course, it's going to take a long time of hard work and grit to, work for your money, invest it, have the patience for the ups and downs in the stock market, and it's going to be super reliable and well worth it in the long run than just having like a one and done super good opportunity like starting an OnlyFans. But don't do that, please. Now, if you want access to Seeking Alpha, which I use to invest all my money on an everyday basis to get some insights and data on, buy ratings and whatnot, I have a discount code for you in my description of my affiliate link. Just saying. Now that about wraps it up for this video, guys, on how to make $100 per day in passive income with different ETFs from some great, amazing stocks like SCHD, VYM, DGRO, JEPQ, and the honorable mentions above that I listed. If you guys like this video, please give it a like because this cute puppy did, and comment down below an ETF that you are hoping to generate $100 a day in dividend payments from. Now, hopefully you guys have a great, amazing day or night, and take it easy and continue to crush in the stock market. Peace.